What is going on, guys? Anger Collections in the house for another video. All right, so I just want to share you guys a classic video, and this is I want to say around early 2019. Vintage Magic had a mini vintage 93-94 tournament meetup, and there's a couple of content creators over there as well. Open boosters, if you guys remember Edwin, the magic engineer, is there as well. And it's kind of like a fun tournament, where Vintage Magic had a couple of like pieces, art pieces, and I showed this a couple of times in the channel as well. But after the meetup, we had a kind of like a conversation, a sit down, right? And it's like the next door coffee shop, and it's very interesting because Edwin, the magic engineer, mentioned that revised dual lens is gonna go to $1,000, and I just want to share you guys because there's a lot of back and forth, and it's just fun, man. Because around those times, remember March 2019, around those time, um, it's kind of like the exciting phase. 93, 94 is just like starting to like boom because of the popularity of like some content creators like trying to like I want to say pump it. But around this time as well, I don't have any Power 9 yet. I have zero Power 9. But by the end of the year 2019, that's when I completed my Power 9. So I just want to show you guys really quick. Go check. It's really fun, man. And if you want to watch the full video, check out Vintage Magic channel. It's got like the full length, man. So let's go check it out.
Edwin the Magic Engineer, hold on. Edwin Magic Engineer wants to make a price call.
I do not want to make a price call. Daniel's just doing the video.
That'll cause the price though.
Okay, no. Revised dual lands. Where do you foresee them in the future?
Okay, so first of all, I didn't start this video. Dan started it. I think they're going to go to $1,000.
Started
bucks.
it.
He started it.
It's like high school again.
I think they'll go to $1,000 each eventually. I don't know how long, but I do think so.
Eventually.
Eventually, yes.
Why?
Well, because they're not printed anymore. They're reserve list. They're the best lands you can possibly get. They're good in vintage, in legacy, in old school, in EDH. They go across tons of formats, and you can't get better than them, right?
Although Edwin the Managed Engineer is true about that, like dual lands is played in like multiple formats. But being revised dual lands, it's still kind of like $1,000, especially like plateau, all those like um not sought after. But looking at like fast forward now, I mean, if you think about it, 2023, I think it's somewhat like the pricing is not that close to like 1,000. In fact, it actually because of Magic 30, the pricing is not going anywhere, especially on the revised dual lands.
But what would make them $1,000? Because
Supply and
plateau
demand.
is how much? 100 mint?
Because
You're looking like 150 right now for a revised plateau.
for mint. Okay, and by the way, let's just start with mint prices.
Is that great?
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
fine.
about
No,
mint,
it's
loose.
loose
Not-
mint prices.
So what is a mint tundra right now?
Yeah, look
300?
it up. Look it up.
Card
Look it up.
What do we say? Card
400?
Yeah, what, eBay, whatever. Yes.
So I paid 150 for my tundras, but they're played.
Me too.
I do think within the next 2 or 3 years, even the main tools that people really need for the best decks, even in played, they're all going to be at least 600. I don't know how long it'll take to get to 1,000 for scrubland or something, but
Well, Underground Sea is the benchmark. They recently went down. They were at
Underground
700.
Sea already
They were
touched 1,000.
700,000. They were $700 buy list at GP Vegas 2018.
Yeah, that is true. Back around those times, man, buy list Underground Sea is like 750, man. And now I think, I mean, that's what it's selling for right now, and probably less. And I think Edwin is like right, like a lot of the weekends, they saw the boom, they sold all those freaking Underground Sea mint, remember mint for 750, man. So
now BGS 9s are 600 and 700.
Yep.
At best.
Yeah, well, there's kind of a pullback across
selling,
the board right now, right? All of them, they went way up in a big bull market, and this is a consolidation phase, is what this really is. Where the strong hands are buying, and the weak hands that borrowed money are letting go because they can't carry the debt. That's honestly what this is, right?
See, the problem with Revise and Unlimited is that there's too many weak hands. It's always an entry-level price.
Yep.
People that play Legacy are entry-level players, so they sell it for a car payment or whatever, right?
Yep.
So what makes you think that there'd be enough of people holding it? That's the problem. None of people hold it.
Because people actually want to use them. A lot of
No,
people
that's
are
just-
buying and investing, but people want them to actually use them in
But
decks.
so you're saying that there'll be more people playing one day. That's what you're banking
Yes.
on.
We'll
Okay.
play in formats that require those.
Okay,
to
so
be
that's
competitive.
your bet.
Yes.
That more people will play.
Yes.
Danny, agree with that?
Players want to play
Long term?
Long term, I don't think it's going to make it 1,000 anytime soon. However, the 600 benchmark,
Yeah, I didn't
I
say
might be
how
able to.
$600 each for plateau.
No, maybe on that one, but some will creep up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get hate when you post this
I think
video.
what people
No, it's fine.
underestimate-
It's good conversation.
Because they're gonna be like, Edwin's doing a price call again. They're gonna yell at me.
No, this is not Shahrazad. For God's sake, guys. This is not Shahrazad. Stop it. Stop it now.
People
Stop it.
underestimate.
God, I remember those days, man. Like when YouTube content creators like just mentioning like any card, and then they just all of a sudden like, oh, those cards will get buy out, man. So around those time, Shahrazad, I think Edwin is like trying to like mention the card itself. And it's not just him, there's like multiple too. I think Rudy from Alpha Investment did this as well.
Is the amount of people that have not played Magic in a very long time that when they find out about old school, they're going to be in a position in life where dropping 10 grand to make a deck is not the end of the world for them.
Amen, man.
And everyone is underestimating how many people are in that boat. And you watch the next 5 years of all the people that come in now and say, oh man, when I was a kid, I couldn't finish my deck, but I can now. I don't know how the new cards work, but people are playing with just the old ones. I'm in.
Yep, if you are in the position on like buying and dropping 10 grand, to play 93, 94 because you just discovered, oh man, I really want to play Magic again. So I'll be spending 10 grand right away.
And I'm telling you, a ton of people are going to do that.
Yeah, you're right. That discovery phase you're talking about, almost every other day, I'm getting an email or contact from someone saying like, hey, I just discovered old school. This is cool. And I found your budget deck videos, and they talk about that, and they're just figuring it out. And even the old school's been going for years. They just didn't even know, right?
I quit 25 years ago. 2 months ago, I discovered old school. I've had 10 friends from back then from my middle school day. I tell them old school exists. They're all rebuilding their old decks. And
Yep.
they're having to buy duels.
It's
they're
happening,
having to
man.
buy power. That's me personally, almost a dozen friends that are doing that.
Do you think old school is going to grow more than vintage?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because I have
Yeah.
a better
Really?
card.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even know what half
Old
the
school's a
vintage
better
cards do.
format than vintage.
Even though there's way more cards to play with in vintage.
So here's the difference.
Well, you're a legacy player, right?
No, not at all. Not for a second. Here's the difference: is that you can make a $50 mono black deck, and you can beat the deck. You cannot break a $50 legacy deck.
The deck?
Legacy
What's the deck? Oh, you mean Brian
deck.
Weissman?
Yeah.
Oh.
But what I'm saying is,
Brian,
you
you hear
can,
this
you can
shit?
make a $50 deck in Eternal Central.
Yeah.
And wreck a
Yeah.
$10,000 deck. That
Him
doesn't
and
happen
Torak
like
hate it.
vintage.
Yep.
This is funny. Although $50 deck, you can play 93, 94, even probably less, I don't know. But as far as beating the freaking deck, the deck, I don't know. Maybe you're lucky on those two games. You got like turn one double dark ritual, mind twist. I don't know, but it's kind of really, really hard to beat the deck.
Just today, Jimmy from the New England group, shout out to you, man. He destroyed me with this Red Goblin deck, and I was playing probably a $50,000, $60,000 deck, and he tore me apart.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yep.
And that doesn't make you
Yeah.
bitter at all, right?
Oh no, it was
That's part of the
awesome.
fun of the
It was
format.
fantastic. We were high fiving and pound dogging all the time.
Pound dogging, Edwin?
Pound doggy?
Pound dogging.
Doggy style? What is it? What are you pounding all the time?
Yeah, you're gonna get demonetized.
That's about it. I just really want to share this conversation back in 2019 because this is like the time when a lot of people are just discovering 93, 94. And just like me, I started collecting and buying some of these cards and completing Power 9. I believe I completed my 40 dual lands, my first 40 dual land set, revised dual lands. And it's just fun times, man. Like back then, I believe around 2019, it's not that, like the excitement for these cards are much higher than today, because of the fact that Magic 30, they got printed. A lot of people sold their collection, because of the trust of these players, collectors, investors, from watching. Because we'll never know, man. We will never know what's gonna happen to these cards. But it's crazy how, looking fast forward today, about the pricing on these revised dual lands. Not quite $1,000 yet, Edwin, but I think eventually a lot of people still, well, I want to say like hoping, but it will kind of get there. But I want to say this a little bit. I think revised dual lands has their ceiling price, to where no matter what happened, I think they have this invisible glass ceiling pricing on them, because revised dual lands, man, it there's a lot of them. There's so much revised dual lands out there, and maybe, who knows, over time, some cards will get destroyed. Some cards will get like bought out by like a big collector, and pricing will go up. But even then, we will never know what's gonna happen. Maybe Wasi will do another Magic 30, and oh my god, it's crazy, man. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any video. And don't forget, check out the full length video in Vintage Magic channel. So yeah, that's about it. Whew. With that, anger out, boys. Peace.